switching to NBA 2K for the first time, I can confirm that it's back in NBA 2K21. What are some things you'd like to see to improve on the WNBA inclusion?
I would like to see, like, people that are not my size look so short. Like, I remember Erica Willer. I remember playing with her. She looked like, really small. Other than that, I would like to see some dunks. I know that has to, come from the women.
A breathtaking view of the New York City. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at the Hornets. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And, of course, the Knicks, a couple spots below.
And checking out Charlotte, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Bismack Biyombo, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Graham in at the two-guard spot. And for New York, we've got Mo Harkless. Taj Gibson is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Barrett, and it's Payton in at the point guard. And so it's New York with it. Following the bucket by the Hornets, here's Harkless. Tries again. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. That's good from Harkless. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Here's Washington, and he lays it straight in.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Payton kicks to Barrett. Robinson down low. Working on Biyombo. Robinson misses. For Charlotte, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. The basket counts, and one will go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Charlotte shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And stolen by Biyombo. Here's Washington. He's defended by Randle. Basket counts.
Impressive. 5 straight makes. Love the play calling here.
Barrett the pass to Payton. Now here is Robinson. Bridges with it. Over Harkless. That's tipped. Payton outside to stop the run. Randle kicks to Barrett. Inside. Here's Robinson, and Robinson throws it down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
Shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Knicks, Reggie Bullock comes in for Harkless, and Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Payton. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Down low, and it's Robinson with the jam.
Sometimes a player is born with a...
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Knicks trail by 4. Left side, Portis. Banked in off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
They get it back. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Batum, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And Batum brings length and a personal game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Bullock passes to Ntilikina. Here's Knox. He's covered by Zeller. And it's Bullock missing. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 6-point game. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after it.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots.
She gets up at 3-4 in the morning.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Taj Gibson is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Ntilikina in at point. Batum dishes to Graham. Rebounded by Knox.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Over in the corner, Portis. That 3 off the mark. Hornets leading by 10. Here's Graham in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Ntilikina passes to Portis. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. And that one is good.
Well, nice touch there. For Frank Ntilikina, he's got to be able to knock down shots in the mid-range.
And Batum kicks to Zeller. And that one is off. The Knicks go the other way with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Here's Batum, and the dunk by Batum.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Here's Ntilikina. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Batum, and the rebound goes to the Knicks. Right side, Portis. Zeller with the double team. Portis can't get it to go. Hornets leading by 12. There's Bacon, and he banks in the layup. Bacon's got 4 points this quarter. We've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. And certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then you look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
Tipped away to the middle. Here's Knox. No points in the game yet for him. There's the dish to Bullock. New York, no good that time either. And it's the Hornets' ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Passes it to Biyombo. Batum against Gibson. Portis brings the double team. 6 on the shot clock. Biyombo, no luck. Knicks trail by 14. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Barrett, no good. For the Hornets, they come into this following a loss to the Heat in Miami. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. The kick out to Rozier. Pass to Washington. Pulls up on the elbow. Robinson pulls it in.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Randall. And no good that time.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets sitting with a comfortable lead up by...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They lead by 14. And that...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Here's Rozier. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in at the 2 spot. Biyombo, no luck. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. You talk about a player who's a consummate pro. Taj Gibson.
No doubt. Taj is a guy who has always approached the game from a veteran standpoint. He's a great leader, great defensive player, and in between the lines and out, you can count on Taj Gibson.
Robinson's checked in for Taj Gibson. Charlotte leading by 12. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim. Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Rozier, the pass to Washington. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
And stolen by Biyombo. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Washington, that's good. Washington's got 10 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Knicks trail by 17. Payton outside. New York moving it around. Robinson. And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 6th rebound on the night. Graham with the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Offensive rebound. Barrett kicks to Harkless. Puts up a 3. That one, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Zeller, he's checked in for the Hornets. And the pass to Portis. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And, you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Batum attacking. Here's Washington. Covered by Payton. Batum passes to Washington. Just 5 to shoot. A nice shot by Zeller.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Knicks trail by 20. Now Bullock. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think, Greg, it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Robinson, that's good.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Washington, that's good. Washington's got 10 points here in the second half.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
It's Portis, high post. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Bridges' shot, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Ellington finds Robinson. And he goes big with the dunk right over Cody Zeller.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Portis. Pass to Bullock. Back to Robinson. Second chance shot. And the layup's good off the glass. Robinson's got 6 in the quarter.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Bridges shot, good.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
And here's Bullock from the arc. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Hornets ahead, just dominating this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Well, Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Barrett is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Gibson in at the center filling out the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here we felt it. There's Bacon. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Knox, defended by hammering it in.
I like to see Kevin Knox share the basketball because what it shows is an improving awareness in finding his teammates. That's how people want to play with you.
Randall passes to Knox. Dishes to Barrett. New York moving the ball around. Now here's Ellington. Rozier defending. Here's Randall. And Bacon pulls it down. Bacon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Randall. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. Can't hit from in close. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Washington. Randall with some nice D. The Knicks have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Finished off the break. Bacon's got 6 in the quarter.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
People look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Harkless is checked in for Julius Randle. Damian Dotson comes in for Kevin Knox. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Barrett. And it's Dennis Smith in for Wayne Ellington.
And this is what they're asking for from Dennis Smith Jr. Keep your eyes up and be ready to make a play for your teammates.
Charlotte making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. And so here is New York. Here's Smith. It's tipped.
Oh, Kevin, that is a terrific effort by Willie, doing his best to become a better rim protector.
Martin dishes to McDaniels, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Passes it to Dotson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Damian Dotson in his second season, this guy was able to get on the floor at a consistent rate and show that he could be a solid contributor.
Good on the second free throw. And for Dotson, as you said, Doris, he got his chance as the Knicks started to play the young guys last season.
And he has the potential, Kevin, Damian Dotson, to be a fantastic three-point shooter from what he's shown to this point. You combine that with his high motor and energy, and there's a lot to like if you're a fan of this team.
Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, you combine size, aggression, and toughness, and you get Taj Gibson. My goodness, nicely done.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hornets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. Martin, the pass to McDaniels, over Harkless, and it's denied. Here's Ntilikina, covered by Martin. Lays it up off the glass.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Martin, the pass to McDaniels, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
No good from Gibson. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
themselves, but see a little bit more of, flashy to the basket things like, the Euro, the, hop dunk, the Euro dunk. I know they're not doing that, but it would be nice to see.
Now, you started an amazing group, Ball Like Her. Talk more about that.
Yes, Ball Like Her is basically a safe place for all women gamers from all walks of life. Women supporting women, empowering women.
How can the Wizards not be confident when they look this good? And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard. And for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Napier is out there with Brown. And it's Bonga in at the 3-set. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Here's Bonga. Lays it up and banks it in. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team, it's something that's more special to me than being an All-Star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team in the NBA.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Bridges with the steal, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning, he is going to hammer it home.
Hachimura, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Washington passes to Biyombo. The putback. Rebound by the Wizards. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, and they picked up the win in their last game against this club, and really it was a parade to the free throw line.
Well, it tells you a lot about who was the more aggressive team. I mean, they should have that same exact attitude tonight.
Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
The Hornets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Charlotte moving it around. Graham with the ball. Brown's there, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Well, in terms of rebounding over the last 10 games, these are the rookies that have been head and shoulders above the rest. Well, you look at Hachimura, third in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside. And, of course, P.J. Washington.
You know, as a young player, all you can ask for is an opportunity. And then it's incumbent on you to make the most of it. And these two have done just that with their tireless work on the interior.
Count that one.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
And they're on the break. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Charlotte can't hang on to the ball.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Rozier. Averaging about 18 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Cody Zeller's checked in for the Hornets. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Here's Graham, and no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Hachimura, the pass to Smith. To the inside, Wagner, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, you got to appreciate the smarts of Smith. It's not just his speed. He's a phenomenal decision maker when it comes to the pick and roll.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Rozier. The Hornets shooting their first free throw of the night here.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
Graham kicks to Bridges. Here's Zeller. Pass to Bridges. And it's blocked. Robinson dishes to Smith. Back to Robinson. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Charlotte. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Bridges. Makes it off the glass. Bridges has got 13.
Oh, he's got it rolling this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
The pass to Wagner. Bridges with the steal. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Poked away. Here's Hachimura. Zeller grabs the board. The Hornets trail an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
A dangerous score from just about every area. Bridges very good at capitalizing in a number of ways.
And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Clearly a foul.
For Charlotte, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. First one falls for him.
You know, what I love about Bridges is just the all-around game. He scores, rebounds, passes, and defends well, too. Just an exciting young prospect.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Mahinmi is out there with Wagner. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Ish Smith. And it's Hachimura in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Shot clock at 5. Here's Smith. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I love how Smith doesn't rush it. He buries a great shot despite being under duress.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. Has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Wizards making a switch here. Longest checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to get you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league.
So it's the Hornets now, following the three-pointer by Washington. Stolen away. In transition, here come the Wizards. Smith's running. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is, Greg. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Here's Bonga. Mahimi's shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Wizards lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Batum wide open. He fired. A three-pointer, no good. Wizards have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Zeller passes to Washington. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. Bacon's got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Wagner out to Smith. Passes to Mahimi. And here is Robinson. Graham defending. Goes back up. And that one drops for him. Bonga's got 6. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
Two of the best players, and people can complain as much as they want, but Harden getting to the line is genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you got to stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing, and Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, but always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan, for me, I know as a fan, for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
Well, they just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is
right.
all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
Robinson misses.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easier than that.
Outside for Batum.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Mahimi. Hachimura comes in for Mo Wagner. Brown, he's checked in for Robinson. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Ish Smith. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Here's Hachimura. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. 8 points for him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Batum with the 3. That shot off. And Washington the other way now. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Pass to Bonga. 30 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And a nice shot by Bryant.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
But it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Shot is good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Bridges. Pass to Bonga. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Cody Zeller. The Wizards shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
Good on both. Bridges against Brown. Bridges passes to Biyombo. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Gets it off. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to. And that.
Getting to the rim and then finishing strong.
Wizards leading by 4. On the floor for Charlotte. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in a 2-guard. Napier passes to Bryant. pass to Washington. The shot, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding. He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
This one for three. It's rebounded by Charlotte. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Rozier. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier. Plays the game with, Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Pass to Bryant. Kicks it to Napier. Here's Bonga. Defended by Bridges. Bonga gets the bucket. Bonga's got 10 points. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Wizards second.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Robinson's checked in for the Wizards. Brown kicks to Robinson. Shoots over Bridges. Robinson misses.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
Here's Washington. Pass to Graham. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Washington. Defended by Bryant. Brown the pass to Napier. Now here is Robinson. They get the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
Washington passes to Graham. Basket good. Graham's got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Outside Bryant. Shoots over Biyombo. And that one hits back iron.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Here's Graham. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. 9 points in the game so far.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Brown drives in. Bryant controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Wizards lead by 2.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Biyombo, that's good.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, it's taking on a different feel since the break. You can see how many more hustle plays are being made.
Bryant is doubled. Back to Brown. Right side, Bryant. Brown outside. Back to Bryant. It's deflected. 4 on the shot clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
We're just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Mahinmi's checked in for Hachimura. But they'll get another chance. On the wing, Brown. 3-pointer. And again, Washington, no good. Hornets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. There's Bacon. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Bacon's got 8 points.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Napier. Back to Robinson. From past the arc, Zeller grabs the board.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot.
And the basket by Rozier.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Napier passes to Bryant. Shot from 12. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Mahinmi. And it's the Hornets' ball. They're on a 14-6 run. There's the pass to Bacon. Rozier kicks to Biyombo. Rebound by Mahinmi. Mahinmi's got 4 rebounds now tonight. 4 seconds left. And Robinson with the layup. He's got 6.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
And so after 3 quarters of play and some great offensive output, this one is tied. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment ago, inside.
Every time we contest their shot,
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Hornets shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. We've got Wagner. Shabazz Napier out there with Smith. And there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Schofield in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Biyombo in the post. Yes, that goes in. Biyombo's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Hornets. Here's Wagner. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists now tonight.
Oh, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving and set up the open man.
And there's the foul. Will go on Shabazz Napier. That is his first foul of the game. Passes it to Bacon. To the paint. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Friday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
And that matchup against the Sixers, they don't have much room for error in that one. A team like this will punish mistakes, but I could see them walking away with this one. The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had 1 before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
Pass to Mahinmi. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. 6 to shoot. Here's Napier. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Bacon the pass to Zeller. Dishes to Biyombo. No good on that one. Now the Wizards take it the other way. The Wizards working the ball around now. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
Washington, Moritz Wagner. At the line for 2.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear James Borrego coaching his team during the break. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. We'll see if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
And the basket by Napier. Napier's got the lead up to 6 now for the Wizards.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Up again. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. In the corner, Napier with it from deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Washington, that's good.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here to the middle, and stolen by Biyombo. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Bridges. Down and drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Here's Smith. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Wizards lead by 4.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Kicked away. Fast break, here they come. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
A good league is even better with excellent work at the stripe.
Ryan is checked in for the Wizards. Troy Brown comes in for Ish Smith. Bonga the pass to Brown. Over Graham. And he overshot that one, missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but hasn't been successful.
And the coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, out of the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. A chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
The kick out to Rozier. Nailed from three-point land.
Oh, beautiful looking 3-ball from Rozier, really expanding his range.
Inside, here's Bryant. Yes!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Here's Biyombo. Pass to Washington. Now Bridges. He's covered by Brown. Bridges kicks to Rozier. And the pass to Biyombo. From deep three-point range. That shot, no good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here is Bryant. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Oh, with a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
Kins, the 3.
Yeah, just beating good defense. And you see Bridges' jump shot. Low release point, a little bit of a push shot, but he shoots it for a pretty good percentage.
There's Brown with the 3. Misses there. And so it's Washington who's straight by with the win. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
And empowering women to do, streaming, create content without a fear of, oh, you're a girl, you can't play video games, or go get in the kitchen, or the crazy things that we hear on a day-to-day basis. It's basically a safe place.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, everybody. Tonight's...
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. DA, yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Bridges. Washington out there with Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the two-guard position. And for Detroit, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Kennard is out there with Rose. And it's Wood in at the center position. Here's Kennard. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Kennard's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Pistons. Got a piece of it. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And here are the Hornets now. It's a three-point game. Washington passes to Biyombo. 2 points. That one goes. Smitty, we have great athletes on the floor in this one. Shouldn't be any shortage of some highlight reel type plays.
Yeah, this game, nobody will make my segment under the rim. Smitty's under the rim. Everything will be right. Above the rim tonight. I'm excited.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the evening. That's good from Snell. The Hornets on offense. Graham, the pass to Washington. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
In the corner, Snell with it. Passes it to Wood. Now here's Griffin, covered by Biyombo. Lock at 6. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
It's a rough way to make a living, but somebody has to do it. Blake Griffin absorbing a lot of contact in the painted area.
Bridges misses. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Heat in Miami. Here's Washington, hoping to put that miserable performance against Miami behind him tonight. Fast break, Detroit. Here's Wood. Finished off the break.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Kennard's shot is off.
And that was a heat check right there. First miss of the night, but still shooting 80% as a team.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line. Well, one area that has slowed the Pistons the last decade is their player development.
Yeah, you look at their roster, very few homegrown players. The Pistons haven't had a lot of hits with their first-round picks. To be a top team, you need to have a front office that can build from within.
Now Biyombo. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. Bridges shot good.
Adept at maintaining his balance on the way up. Bridges, a strong player who can play through contact.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Well, we like to keep you up to date on the fresh talent in the league, so let's check in on the rookie block leader. You look at Washington. An intimidating defender, third in the league.
And that ability to send shots away at the rim, so highly valued It takes guts to put yourself in harm's way and contest those finishers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And checking out some numbers for Brown. Some good contributions, really, since the All-Star break. He's averaging 11 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Pass to Bacon. Now here's Zeller. Defense right on him. He kicks it to Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. .106 left in the first quarter of the game. 103 left to play in the first quarter. Brown with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. So for the Pistons, John Henson comes in for Maker, and McRae subbed in for Bruce Brown. Here's Graham, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Pistons trail by 3. Here's Mikhailuk with the putback. It's good on the putback.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Bacon the pass to Bridges. There's 18 seconds left in the first. Bacon's shot is off.
Get that weak stuff out of here. That's embarrassing.
Here's Doumbouya. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's how you set the table and everybody gets to eat.
There's the 3. That one doesn't drop. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. The Pistons lead by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Hornets, Bridges out there with Bacon. Then it's Cody Zeller. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point. Pass to Henson. Another shot. He can't get it to go. And the Hornets now going the other way. Their last encounter was in Detroit, where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Hornets trail by 3. Graham kicks to Zeller. The pass to Bacon. Back to Zeller. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Zeller's got his first basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's McRae. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. how tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
And Smitty, Blake Griffin stepping up his game in every way since joining the Detroit Pistons.
Kevin, last season was a career year in scoring, and he's doing so much on the floor. Rebounding and passing are a big part of his game now, and he's leading the way for this team in a lot of ways.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Wood, he's checked in for John Henson. Tony Snell comes in for Doumbouya. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for McRae. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Langston Galloway. Biyombo, that's good.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
It's tipped and stolen by Biyombo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Biyombo's got 4 points in the quarter.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Biyombo, the pass to Washington. Count that one. Washington's got his second basket of the game. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
And it's Rose missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
There's Bacon. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia. Great positioning on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 1.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Outside Griffin. Down low. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And it goes down 2 points. Rozier's got his first basket of the night.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Rozier against Rose. Out to the right wing. Here's Kennard. Shot clock at 6. Buries the long-range jumper. Kennard's got 6. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
And the dunk by Batum.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Kennard kicks to Rose. Outside Griffin. To the middle and stolen by Biyombo. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Washington, that's good.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Here's Rose. Drops in the layup for 2. Rose has got the game tied up here for Detroit.
The defense is in trouble because off the pick and roll, he uses his speed, he can knock down the shot, and he has a floater.
Biyombo, that's good.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hornets ahead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie, the first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first. Thanks for joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Bismack Biyombo. What a contribution.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
This is why you prepare. Get ready for the opportunity if it comes your way, because you may be asked to deliver.
On the wings, Kennard and Snell. Wood out there with Griffin, and it's Rose in at the 1. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Rozier. Sinks that one from the post.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's Rose. In the corner, Kennard with it. Jacks up a 3. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Charlotte leading by 4. Bridges misses. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his first foul. Here's Kennard. Hits the three-point foul. Kennard's got 9.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Bridges passes to Washington. He gets that one. 8 points for him.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Saturday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Tuesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams that are going to be playing. But it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
First personal foul, team second.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
5 to shoot. Here's McKinley. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Akers checked in for the Pistons. Brown comes in for Langston Galloway. Zeller passes to Washington. Over Maker. It's good on the putback. Zeller's got the lead up to 5 now for Charlotte.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Banked in off the glass. Steve, I know you like this, that the three-point shot is having such an effect on the league, actually transforming the NBA. Are you surprised how fast all this is happening?
I am. I'm surprised that so many teams are adopting this transformation of shooting a 3-ball, because there's some teams and there's some players, I know they shoot it, Kevin, but they shoot it at such a low percentage. If you have the guys that can shoot it, you should adopt it. If not, you got to find another way of winning ball games. There's nothing wrong with having a great mid-range team that can knock down mid-range jumpers.
Maker misses. The Hornets have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Here's Bridges. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington, and it's Batum for Rozier. Graham dishes to Zeller. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Rose passes to Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
Good athletic play by Thon Maker. His mobility is an asset.
Zeller can't hit that one. And it's Detroit the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. That'll be just 1 game played a win from home for them. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Kicks it to Batum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on Rose.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense, always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Rose dishes to Griffin. Shot from 6. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists tonight.
Great court awareness by Derrick Rose, reading every inch of the floor so well.
Biyombo, the pass to Zeller.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Hornets have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. That one is off. And the second free throw, good. Seven seconds left to play in the third. Here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
You can fall in love with floating around the perimeter. I like it when Maker attacks the rim.
Reverses, and no good on the last second attempt this time. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Pistons ahead as they end the third quarter with a 13-5 run. We're going to step aside for... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point. A nice shot by Zeller.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
And so Brown will bring it up for Detroit. They lead by 1. And stolen by Biyombo. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And he finished it off with a lay-in.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Passes it to Brown. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Pistons lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And the Hornets call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
So for the Pistons, Henson's checked in for Griffin, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Luke Kennard. The Hornets also with the sub. Rozier's checked in, and we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hi, guys. I was able to catch the message James Borrego gave to his team. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Henson's shot is off.
Woo, that's just a case of bad defense and even worse offense.
Graham goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Graham's got 6 here in this quarter.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Outside Rose. In the corner, Snell with it. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 4 assists in the game.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Graham, the pass to Bacon. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Plays it up and banks it in.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
Wood kicks to Rose. Off target with his 3. Hornets leading by 3. Here's Rozier, and he goes in for the dunk.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Forget just laying it in. He wanted to make a statement.
From deep. The Hornets pull it in.
Okay, when you're trying to make a comeback, you can't be hucking up low percentage threes. You have to find a better shot within the offense.
Zeller passes to Bacon. Again, the Hornets score.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both teams trying to close out strong. These are the fireworks that fans came to see.
Rose up on top. Rozier defending. Here's Wood. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. For Charlotte, they've gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
With their lead starting to stretch out just a little bit here late, they're in a prime position now to wrap this one up.
I'm not sure if anyone on the team has the green light from there. Definitely not him.
It's the kind of shot that gives hero ball a bad name and causes your coach to consider another line of work.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Griffin comes in for Henson. And it's Kennard in for Bruce Brown. And then for Charlotte, Washington comes in for Zeller. And it's Miles Bridges in for Bacon. .102 left in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rose can't hit.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Hornets.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. McDaniels comes in for Washington. Martin's checked in for Bridges. And Monk's subbed in for Terry Rozier.
inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
And the shot is long. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Brown. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. From deep three-point range, offline. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A resounding victory.
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Definitely check out that group if you are looking.
Moments away, the setting in North Carolina, the Spectrum Center in downtown Charlotte. The Knicks taking on the Hornets. For the Knicks, losing 7 out of their last 10 games has left a bad taste in their mouths. But tonight represents a new beginning, and they want... Well, the weekend has officially begun. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Charlotte, they're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And of course, the Knicks, just a couple spots back.
And when I look at Charlotte, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Payton, and it's Harkless in at the 3. And for the Hornets, they've got Washington, also Biyombo out there. Rozier's out there with Bridges, and it's Graham in at the shooting guard. And the shot is good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And here is Payton. He just could not put it together in that loss to Atlanta.
Always impressive when a smaller player has a nose for the ball and rises up amongst the taller ones to grab rebounds.
Bridges misses.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Rozier, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
First trip to the line for him here.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right?
I mean, yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Bridges passes to Washington. The kick out to Rozier. On the clock, Biyombo. Robinson with the block.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Randall with the bucket.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. The shot, no good. And New York the other way now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. Payton attacking. Here's Robinson. Second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Here's Rozier. Can't connect from short range.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Here's Washington, covered by Payton. Graham, the pass to Bridges. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Bridges has got his second bucket of the game to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Inside, and Robinson throws it down hard.
There are only 2 players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Washington, his shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harkless dishes to Randall. Doubled by Bridges. Pass to Robinson. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Robinson's got 6.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Knicks, Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Payton. Batum finds Zeller. Here's Washington.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
Charlotte shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. He's off on the first. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Harkless on the wing. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Robinson down low. Misses in close. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Hornets lead by 4. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Rozier's out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the small forward position. So that's who Charlotte starts the second half.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
Knicks trail by 6. Ntilikina looking it over. New York moving it around. Here's Robinson. Can't cash in from close range.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
There's the steal, and here comes the break.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
A different look for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. And Ellington is subbed in for Kevin Knox. And that one misses. Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on 3 guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You combine 3 of those guys with a skill set, so one has it and the other 2 are maneuvering around. They're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession, that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And
Tough
all of
to
those
defend,
guys,
right? I mean,
yeah, but all those guys too, Kevin, on top of that, if we talked about their physical nature and stature, I would want guys that are 6'6", 6'7", and long, because when you get back to the other end, you want them to be able to coordinate and take up enough room defensively to cause some problems. But man, 3 guards, 3 long guards, and this is something that Phil Jackson relied on during the years when they won championships in Chicago. He always looked for long guards. Aside from Jordan and Pippen, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
Here's Portis, and that's off the glass and in. Portis has got 4 this quarter.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Washington passes to Batum. Lays it up off the glass. Batum's got the lead up to 12 now for Charlotte.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
To the inside. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Got to keep Taj out of the post. How many of those have we seen?
The shot's good from Bacon. Bacon's got 6.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Portis. That one off the back iron and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Now the pass to Rozier. And there's another one for the Hornets.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Randall's checked in for Bobby Portis. Barrett comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Peyton in for Ntilikina. That one is no good. Knicks trail by 14. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Elfrid Payton still has that size at the point guard, which can be difficult for a diminutive guard. He uses it that time to draw contact.
And both free throws good for Payton. Hornets leading by 12. Here's Bacon. Pass to Graham. This one for 3. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Biyombo's got his first points of the game.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. So it's the Hornets now. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Yeah, in that game, the offense was firing on all cylinders, partly because the other team's defense was a no-show.
Yeah, with the defense struggling like that, I think they just stayed with a healthy, consistent pace to get that win.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and gameplay. Here's Randall. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Randall's got 6.
Now you can see the touch and the improvement in that touch right there.
Bridges passes to Biyombo. Here's Bacon. The putback. The putback is no good. And so we conclude the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first period was 6 points. The second quarter got a lot. Thanks for joining us.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Here's Rozier. And New York looking at who they've got. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett is out there with Payton, and it's Harkless in its small forward. Rozier the pass to Washington, and it's in there. Washington's got the first basket of the third quarter for Charlotte.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Payton kicks to Barrett. Randall against Rozier. Passes to Harkless. Shot clock at 5. Here's Robinson. The shot's good. 8 points for him.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Knox, he's checked in for Maurice Harkless. Here's Washington. Banked in off the glass. Washington's got 4 points this quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
It's deflected.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Good work there as it goes.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Lets it fly. The shot by Payton, no good.
Mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
It's taken away by Payton. Now Barrett pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Barrett's got his first points of the night.
They look to Barrett in these spots because they trust the young man's ability to finish in the open court.
They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. Here's Randall. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller comes in for Washington, and it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Then for the Knicks, Portis, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Randall dishes to Bullock. Randall left side. Bullock passes to Knox. Now here's Randall. He's covered by Zeller. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And he's flourishing as a scorer. But Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. They grab their own miss, and it's blocked.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Batum attacking.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Here's Gibson. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And the layup's good off the glass. That's now 8 points for Nicholas Batum.
well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Bridges, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bridges has got 8 points.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Knicks trail by 21. Bullock with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Portis. Good on the shot. He's got 6.
Yeah, that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Zeller kicks to Bridges. There's Bacon. Hornets keep it alive. Zeller passes to Bridges. Batum with the ball from downtown. That one's not going to go. That will count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets taking a 19-point lead into the break. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Knicks trail by 19. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Graham in at the 2 guard.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Knicks shooting 41% for the game. Here's Knox, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Well, that kind of activity from Kevin Knox is going to pose some problems for the defense.
That free throw, no good. Biyombo, he's checked in for the Hornets. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Payton's checked in. From the paint, the shot's good from Bacon. Bacon's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Hornets. Barrett the pass to Knox. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the paint, Harkless with the steal. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Washington passes to Bacon. Knocked away. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Randall comes in for Kevin Knox. Here's Washington. Guarded by Robinson. Charlotte again missing. Knicks trail by 19. Here's Barrett. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 6 points for R.J. Barrett.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Graham. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Pass to Bacon. Rozier for 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Randall with the bucket.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Biyombo, the pass to Graham. Down low, here's Washington. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Barrett wide open, he fires. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Well, you risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Lets the three fly. Barrett, no good. Hornets leading by 16. Here's Graham. Makes it off the glass.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
The shot by Harkless, no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Graham dishes to Biyombo, and then Biyombo with the dunk.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hornets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Payton against Rozier to end the run, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Portis comes in for Julius Randle. Dotson's checked in for Harkless. And it's Dennis Smith in for Barrett. Monk, the pass to Hernan Gomez, and he makes good on the layup.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Pulls up on the wing. Offensive rebound. Out to Smith. Tries a three. No good that time. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here is Martin. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend
unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
looking to get into NBA 2K and want to play with some very positive people in the community.
Yes, we'll be there with open arms. You can come home to us.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for being a part of the 2K community as well.
No problem. Thank you guys for, acknowledging me and having me and interviewing me and, showing the world that, girls play video games as well.
No problem. And I'm looking forward to seeing your highlights on 2K TV, Pink.
And a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Napier is out there with Brown. And it's Bonga in at the small forward spot. And for the Hornets, we've got Bridges. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2. Now, here's Rozier. The offensive rebound, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing.
Brown with it, Graham defending. Hachimura, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Pass to Bonga. Ryan in the post. A 14-point game for him in the win against New York.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collecting huge amounts of rebounds. Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Brown. A rebound by Washington.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Graham with the bucket. You can see it, Doris, for some of these good teams trying to build momentum as we get closer to the postseason.
You seem to know and understand which teams are good on both sides of the basketball. Are they top 5 efficiency, offense and defense? And as you know, Kevin, if there's a player with a hot hand, that can really make a difference in round 1.
Absolutely. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Wizards have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's Bonga. Biyombo with the block.
Well, Biyombo's calling card, right? A terrific shot blocker. Boy, put it in his vicinity. He's sending it back.
Washington, that's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Bridges. And here is Graham. Here's Bridges. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Zeller, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And then for Washington, Mahimi's checked in for Bryant. Robinson comes in for Troy Brown. And it's Ish Smith in for Napier. Here's Bonga. Over Bridges. Bonga, no good. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And solid at just cutting through the defense. Give Bridges a lane, and he'll make you pay.
Here's Robinson. The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Charlotte in the lead. Bridges passes to Washington. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And the Wizards making a change here. Wagner's checked in. first quarter. We're about 3.5 minutes in. And stolen by Zeller. Here's Bacon. And Wagner pulls it down.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready. Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope.
And for the Wizards and their new front office doors, a tough task ahead of them.
I think so, Kevin, because first and foremost, they need to change the culture of the team, right? Too long, there had been a lack of accountability in D.C., and I think once they address that, the rest of the rebuild could come easier.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Got a hand on it. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. Good on the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Robinson against the 2. Smith surveying the D. He's looking for Mahinmi and finds him. 4 on the clock. Over Zeller. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahinmi's got 5 now. Charlotte leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Washington. And Wagner pulls it down.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Hachimura the pass to Wagner. Out to the right wing. Here's Mahinmi. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets lead by 5. We'll be back shortly live from Spec. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Charlotte, inside Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Batum is out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Bacon in at the 3 slot. And with the 6'8" arm span, Terry Rozier doors plays a lot bigger than his 6'1" height.
Kevin, there is no doubt this is one of the outstanding rebounders from the guard position. He is an excellent defensive player. Scary Terry can hurt you on both ends of the floor.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Robinson. And he can't bank that one in. Batum passes to Bacon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
That's a good way to look at it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Charlotte making a switch here. Bridges checks in. Here's Graham. Napier covering. And there's the pass to Graham. He feeds it to Biyombo. And he banks in the layup. Biyombo's got the lead up to 10 now for Charlotte.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And it's Brown missing.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Bacon. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Bacon's got his second basket of the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Napier passes to Wagner. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
And let's take a look here at some numbers for Napier. His last 10 games, averaging 13 points per game, just over 2 steals and 4 assists. And you love his anticipation. All those steals, he's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
There's a sneakiness, a craftiness. You think he's not watching, and suddenly he's taking the ball in the other direction.
Washington shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Charlotte leading by 8. Kicks it to Graham. There's Bacon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bacon's got 5 points now this quarter.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
The Wizards shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Hachimura, he's checked in for the Wizards. And Zeller kicks to Bridges. Pass to Graham. Over in the corner, Zeller. Pass to Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Second shot opportunity, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Washington's checked in for Charlotte. And he knocks down the first one.
What you want from a guy who's going to be a defensive specialist is understand your role, be ferocious, and be aggressive. And that's what you get with Bismack Biyombo.
Yep, it counts. Brown's got 6.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Bridges passes to Washington. Here's Bacon. He kicks to Graham. Fires at the elbow. Tips it up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 8 points for him.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college, hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
Here's the break. Here's Graham. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
It drops for his third basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Brown. A shot off that time. And the Hornets now going the other way. Wizards beat them last time when these 2 teams met in Washington.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble
really plague them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. That one goes in. Brown's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Passes it to Biyombo. Graham with the ball. Back to Biyombo. Up and in on the layup. Biyombo's got 7 points in the game.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like they're...
And so it's Charlotte. Their lead at 15 going into the break.
The 2K Sport.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Napier is out there with Brown, and it's Bonga in at the small forward. Brown kicks to Bryant. Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Washington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 12 points for him.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Here's Hachimura. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Washington. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. Or sometimes what was once considered a negative becomes a positive. For example, tweeners are now looked at as very valuable assets and very versatile assets.
Yeah, Kev, no doubt. That, think about how much the game has changed for players like Draymond Green, who was so integral to the success of the Golden State Warriors. Here was a young guy who was considered at one point coming out of college for the power forward and center spot, too small to play the position. But as the NBA has downsized, as it's gotten smaller and faster, Draymond Green can be as important as any other player on the roster.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Biyombo, and it's Batum in for Miles Bridges. And a change for the Wizards. Robinson's checked in, and he gets it to go. Washington's got 16.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Napier kicks to Robinson. Back to Napier. Shoots over Batum. And it's Napier missing.
And his lateral quickness really allows him to stay in front of the shooter there and challenge the shot.
And this is the key. In this game, you've got to be able to move your feet to be successful on the defensive end. Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Count it. 10 points for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's Brown. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And here's Bryant for 3. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Washington. Bryant with the rebound. Wizards trail by 18. Over in the corner, Brown. And it's Bryant in the corner. Napier feeling it out a bit. The shot's good from Bryant.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Here's Washington. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Left side, Bryant. Outside, Robinson. 5 on the clock. Back to Bryant. Tries it from 19. And that one goes long. Charlotte leading by 18. Graham, the pass to Washington. The shot comes out, and the Wizards now going the other way. And Bryant kicks to Napier. The good-looking shot from the wing. 59 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Washington. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Washington making some changes. Mahimi's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Mo Wagner comes in for Troy Brown. And Smith subbed in for Shabazz Napier. Hornets have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Charlotte moving the ball around. Bridges against Smith. Bridges passes to Zeller. Here's Bacon. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Rozier. Here's Bridges. And again, the Hornets missing. Wizards trail by 19. Pass to Wagner. Pass to Hachimura. Shoots over Bridges. Mahimi. It's good on the putback.
Well, if you use your strength and your power and a little bit of relentlessness, as Jean Mahimi does, he cleans up.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Bridges out there with Bacon. Then there's Batum. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Rozier in at the 1. So that's the Hornets 5. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Bridges shot, good.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Robinson passes to Hachimura. Hornets with the rebound. Biyombo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning, and he is going to hammer it home.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching, and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Washington's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Hornets leading by 17. Deflects the pass inside. And here we go. Washington fast break.
And it's all about getting to the right spot. And Hachimura did just that in transition.
Washington, that's good. And it's Rozier with the assist. Washington's got 20. Wizards trail by 17. To the inside. Hachimura, no good. The Hornets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Washington passes to Bridges. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And the energy and athleticism of Bridges is off the charts. He is a tough cover for the defense.
Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in, and then for Washington, Bryant is checked in for Mahinmi. Troy Brown comes in for Robinson, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for Ish Smith. Brown drives in, and he gets the bucket. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Graham, the pass to Washington. No good. He's made 9 of 15, shooting an even 60%. Brown wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound, and Bryant kicks to Napier. Launches a three. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass.
Washington, that's good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Hornets leading by 15. Passes it to Biyombo. Inside, here's Rozier, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Washington, that's good.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Brown. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, some of these players are making more money on endorsement deals than on their NBA contracts. I mean, I just shake my head at that, don't you?
It's an amazing time in which we live because the power of social media and the understanding of today's athlete that their brand is significant and that their brand extends outside of the lines of competition. You see so many men who have overseas opportunities, whether you're talking Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Donovan Mitchell. They understand the power of the face and the talents they bring to the table. Truly, truly remarkable young men.
Remarkable indeed.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Charlotte.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Washington. Trailing by 17. It's blocked.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And there it is for them. And the Hornets lead by 19.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Here's Zeller, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And the scary thing is, Hachimura is going to keep getting better. Games like this prove how special he can be.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like what...
pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
TV, Pink. I want some of those crossovers right here.
I'll send something in.
All right, sounds good.
What's up, My Team fans? We have 2K TV My Team correspondent Blake here to tell us what the devs are saying. Blake, I know you've got some My Team news. Give it to us.
Point forwards and big guards in demand. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at the Hornets, they would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, there's the Pistons, 2 spots down.
And I think for the Hornets, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
I thought this might happen. Confidence can take you a long way, but you also have to have the talent to back it up.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Wood in at the 5 down low. And for Charlotte, we've got Bismack Biyombo. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Griffin attacking. No good on the shot. For the Hornets, they come into this following a loss to the Heat in Miami. Washington passes to Rozier to the middle. Biyombo with it. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Rose. You know, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys started to get nights off. People wonder how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from L.A. to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise.
And the layup falls.
Great court awareness by Derrick Rose, reading every inch of the floor so well.
Passes to Washington. Kicks to Bridges. It's hauled in by Wood.
And that's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Kennard. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Slicing and dicing Derrick Rose, picking the defense apart with the pass.
Biyombo down low. Pass to Washington. Biyombo, that's good. Biyombo's got his second basket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And he gets it back. Out left to the wing. Here's Griffin, and then Griffin with the dunk.
He's a hard guy to knock off balance. Blake Griffin taking the hit and staying in rhythm.
Washington, that's good. Here is Rose. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Here's Snell. Biyombo with the block. They get it back. Here's Kennard. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
Tries from 10. That one wide left.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships. But the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Washington. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Bridges. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Round with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Good! Hornets trail by 5. Zeller passes to Bacon. A reverse. In deep, Zeller drops it in.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And the dunk by Zeller.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And stolen by Biyombo. He feeds it to Graham. Lays it up off the glass. Graham's got his second basket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And here is Brown. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. The Hornets on top. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
On the court for the Pistons, Maker out there with Doumbouya. Then there's Brown, and it's Galloway in at the point. Well, Langston Galloway, not the most efficient scorer, but he'll eat minutes for you.
Yeah, Galloway not a player you want taking a ton of shots overall, but he can hit from outside if you give him a look. That's really his best shot.
Here's Biyombo, and Maker sends it back.
Watching him protect the rim, you never guess Maker's averaging less than one block a game for his career.
And the pass to Graham. Baseline jumper. That one doesn't go. And it's Detroit the other way. Up the floor. A nice shot by Mikhailuk. Mikhailuk's got 5 now.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Biyombo down low. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Mikhailuk misses the 3.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter, nothing since.
And Zeller kicks to Batum. Pass to Biyombo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 8.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The Pistons trail it. Galloway, the pass to Maker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
We see it all the time, Smitty, the league doing more to protect the landing zone of shooters, but for some guys, using that forward momentum to change that landing spot. What do you think of that?
Kevin, this is a great debate because as an offensive guy, I know you see a guy launching, I might change my shot and start to go forward just in case I can get a foul if it doesn't make the shot. This is a tough call to call. It's going to be like the Charge block, I think, in some years to come.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Rose. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
And the energy and athleticism of Bridges is off the charts. He is a tough cover for the defense.
And that one falls for Bridges. And the Hornets making a change here. Washington's checked in. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's McRae. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Misses from close range. So Rozier will bring it up for the Hornets. And the foul on John Henson. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The shot's good from Bacon.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
And if you don't, they keep finding the matchup every time up the floor.
Here's Rose. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Derek is just exceptional in the paint. A gifted scorer amongst the trees.
And yes, it's good. Washington's got his second bucket.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
Here's McCray. Zeller grabs the board.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Bridges kicks to Zeller. Back to Bridges. Passes it to Zeller. Now here's Rozier. Pass to Bridges. Clock at 4. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Puts it up from 12. Not going to go that time. Griffin with some nice D. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Bridges dishes to Zeller. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. The pass to Washington. Count the basket. Washington's got the lead up to 4 now for Charlotte.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
So much of rebound is about positioning. Effort, no lack of it right there.
Here's Rozier. Rose with the block. They recover it. Here's Zeller. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Zeller's got 4 points this quarter.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Rose passes to Griffin. The 9-foot shot buries the jump shot.
You know, you played through Blake Griffin. Obviously, he can score, but he's a very good passer, and that's why you get him the ball.
And a close game so far. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They were able to squeeze ahead by... Thanks for joining.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Bismack Biyombo. What a contribution.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
They've got Washington. Also Bridges out there. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2-guard. So that's the group out there for Charlotte.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Derrick Rose, the former Memphis Tiger, has a great combination of speed and athleticism. He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Stolen away. Left side, Griffin. Three-pointer, Snell. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Rozier. Averaging about 18 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
And Griffin, here we go. Here's Brown. That one's good from the corner. Hornets leading by 4. Pass to Biyombo. Griffin with the steal. Here's Kennard. Defended by Batum. Shots good by Kennard.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Brown kicks to Kennard. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Washington, that's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pistons trail by 5. Here's Snell. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Basket counts.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Next game for him, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Cody Zeller's checked in for Biyombo, and Bacon subbed in for Rozier.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game. Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Right wing. Here's Maker. They get it again. Mikhailuk. A second chance effort. And that one hits back iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Knocks it loose. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter. Doumbouya passes to Galloway. Now the feed to Maker. Shoots over Graham. Good on the shot. And with that, the Charlotte lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket for Maker.
Standing 7 feet, Maker can get a solid look from mid-range anytime he wants.
And Sekou Doumbouya is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Bridges, he's checked in for Washington. And the Pistons making a change here as well. McRae's checked in. He's got a clear path. Here's Batum. Count that bucket.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Pistons trail by 5. Here's Galloway. Maker. And Bacon pulls it down. Bacon's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
That's what a star talent does. If Bridges wants to fulfill his potential, he's got to attack. Use that quick first step.
Galloway, no good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Bridges shot, good.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
They have just nailed their halftime adjustments. That's for sure. They don't want to have to sweat this one out. They're looking to pull away.
Here's Maker. Bridges with the board. Here's Bacon. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Hornets ahead as they wrap up the third. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder. They're cutting harder.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Hornets leading by 9. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. We've got Rose. John Henson out there with Wood. Then there's McRae. And it's Snell in at the 3. And Henson kicks to McRae. Back to Henson. The Pistons working the ball around now. McRae passes to Henson. Just 5 on the clock. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Snell, no good.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Yeah, good job to take it right at me.
Charlotte making some changes. Biyombo checks in for Dwayne Bacon. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And then for Detroit, Griffin comes in for Henson. And it's Kennard in for McRae. So it's the Pistons now. They trail by 11. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Lays it up and banks it in.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pistons trail by 13. Rose passes to Wood. The kick out to Rose for three. That's Biyombo with the rebound. Biyombo's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Washington's checked in for the Hornets. Back to Rozier. Pass to Washington. To the wing on the left. Bridges. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Hornets lead by 15.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for Detroit. Wood with the bucket. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter how they do it, but there are some players, as you know, that can get into another player's head. I guess like a Dennis Rodman, but there are a lot of them now that play and use that tactic.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Kevin, Patrick Beverly, Chris Paul, I think is one of those guys. P.J. Tucker, he doesn't really talk, but he has a lot of antics. There's a lot of guys that like to get in your head. Also, Joel Embiid is one. He does it extremely well.
And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Snell.
I love that play right there. You see the patience of Blake. Doesn't force anything, just waits for his man to break free.
Graham, the pass to Washington. Detroit with the rebound. Outside Rose. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them at a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
It's tipped and stolen by Graham. And here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles. And we always want to talk about it. We're coaches and executives and players, the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
You know what? We see this time and time again. Turnovers lead to a break and then points at the other end.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Here's Griffin. Kennard kicks to Wood. Right side, Griffin. Here's Kennard. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 3 assists tonight.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
They're so close now, they got to keep their foot on the gas pedal. He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
Rose passes to Kennard. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Here's Washington. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Now Graham. Six to shoot. Griffin grabs the board. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And the Pistons with possession here. 7-point differential. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 7. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. And so it's Charlotte with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from him late.
Yeah.